Why'd you fly thousands of miles?
I'm finishing a book.
How's it going?
Fine, I guess.
Guys, I loved this movie so much. I thought it was so sweet, and it was something that you rarely see, especially with the complexities of the emotions and everybody. But I really loved your chemistry, and I thought it was so palpable and it was so organic. And so I'm curious, what are nicknames you'd give each other after filming this one?
Dernsy.
Hemsy.
Dernsy and Hemsy.
Yeah, that's us.
That's us.
Yeah,
The dynamic duo. We're taking it on the road.
Yeah.
A record will follow.
Dernsy
And then
and
a
Hemsy.
sequel. Yeah.
Dernsy and Hemsy and the Wailers.
Yeah, I like it.
I love that. I think that's great. And, there is a scene in the film where Diana Silver's character tells Catherine that there was a book that, made her want to be a writer. Was there ever a movie that you both saw growing up that made you want to be an actor?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for all of us. Yeah.
I wanted to play the T-Rex.
I mean, and really you
I
should
think there's
have.
still time.
There's definitely time. Yeah, God, so many movies. Well, of many, just because I worship her and we just lost her, and I know you guys write so beautifully about Jenna Rollins, Woman Under the Influence would be one of them for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love that the character of Catherine is so complex and there's so many nuances and layers to her. She says her books evolve from a place of confusion and the fear of being truly seen and loved. Did you find any parallels between her journey as a writer and your own experience as an actor, especially in terms of vulnerability?
I mean, certainly, yes, in terms of relationship or revealing myself to somebody. And I think what was so beautiful about our connection from the moment we met, for whatever reason, I knew I could share anything with Liam, and I trusted it implicitly. And the production, the time we made the movie, the place we made the movie, the character's journey, and our innate connection, it continued to unfold more and more. And I consider myself someone who probably overshares and is really honest. But I think in knowing you, I discovered maybe how much I am guarded, in certain circumstances, and don't kind of give up my truest self to people. And to feel that safety while telling this story was an amazing, amazing experience.
Yeah. And Liam, your character is sometimes treated as the arm candy by others, but he's so much more than that. And we get to see that really well. How did you develop that depth and complexity as the story progressed for yourself?
That's a good question, and I'm glad you asked it. How did I develop that complexity? I don't know. I always thought it was really interesting that when you meet this character, he's at a crossroads in life. He's trying to figure out what he really wants and who he really is, and is the relationship that he's in the beginning, is that fulfilling, and is that really a loving relationship? Is that what love is? Because it doesn't. If that is what love is, then it doesn't seem that great. And I think by meeting Laura's character, he is reminded, or even is helped to realize how important it is to have self-worth in a relationship, and how important it is to really be seen and loved for the person that you are, and encouraged to be that person, and not feel like you have to change yourself for someone else. The way you are is enough, and who we are is enough. And I thought that was a really beautiful thing that goes, that we talk about in this film. It's we want to, I think relationships, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be understood, and we want to be encouraged to be that person. And yeah.
Yeah. And, the setting, which is so beautiful and grand, it adds such a sense of mystery and isolation to the film as well. How did such an exotic location shape your connection to the characters and their sense of loneliness?
I think we shot in so many incredibly remote places that, at times all we had was each other. And we'd be shooting scenes and there was no sort of difference between sort of the shooting a scene, walking around, hanging out, to when cut happened, and then we're still hanging out, and then action was again, and then we're hanging out still. And it was just kind of like we were living this life in Morocco and, experiencing that culture and this journey. And yet there was cameras capturing it at the same time.
And we were literally filming where we were staying, and we didn't have Wi-Fi for sometimes days, and that's really isolating to not connect with family. And so we really deeply relied on each other through so much of it,
I spent a couple days at one point. We were shooting in a location up in the mountains, and it was this lovely little hotel on a mountain, but not a lot around, and right up in the mountains. And the room that I was staying in was literally next door to the room I was shooting in. So I'd shoot in this room for 12 hours a day next door. And then I'm like, all right, going home. And then literally go to the room next door. And so I was living and breathing it when I was there. And it was quite hard. And also didn't have Wi-Fi. And so I was forced to be extremely immersed in what was happening and the experience.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I love this movie so much. And I want to jump from this Netflix movie to your Netflix show. Liam, you're going to be in The Witcher, and everyone at work is so excited for you.
Oh,
and
thank you.
I have to ask, as an actor stepping into this role, did that sense of separation, especially from last season, what happens, his character is separated from the rest of the main characters and he's not really with them. Does it make it easier or harder for you to connect with Geralt of Rivera?
This was a really unique situation that I don't think many actors have ever dealt with, apart from maybe the people that have played the Doctor Who characters over the years, because, that predominantly the rest of the cast has stayed the same, but the lead actor has changed. For me, it felt like coming in and starting high school when everyone else is already friends and has relationships with each other and has been there since the beginning. And, at times you kind of feel like an outsider, and it's nothing that any of the cast or crew has treated me in that way. Like, everyone has been nothing but welcoming and extremely aware of what the situation is. But I got a call from Netflix 2 years ago and was told the situation and was told that, that they were going to move ahead with this show and the rest of the cast wanted to move ahead with it. And they asked me to do it. And as a fan of the video game, I'd played the video game 10 years ago or something and was a massive fan of the video game. I said, let me watch the TV show and let me have a look at the books and dig into it. And the idea of playing that character was really exciting. I'm a big fan of fantasy world and films like The Lord of the Rings, and to step into this character was daunting in a lot of ways. Not only because the obvious that someone else had been playing this character, and there is a big fan base behind it that cares about that character, but I was asked to do the job, and I honestly felt like I could come in and do something cool with it. And as a fan myself of that character, and have the opportunity to go and do that, it was really exciting and scary at the same time. But I think at times when you feel that fear and that doubt, you kind of got to jump and take that risk. And I think it also motivated me to really prepare for the job and do as much as I could to make sure when I turned up to set that I was ready to play that part and felt comfortable in those shoes. And and it's been a great experience. I've got 3 more weeks of shooting, and it's been an incredible year, and I'm looking forward to doing the next season next year. And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, well, we're all excited for you. We're cheering you on. And I'm so excited about this movie. It's going to be releasing and everyone's going to love it so much. So thank you so much for your time, you guys.
Thank you so much.
So good to see you.